Hey everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So today for my video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be showing you a lot of the books that I got this year for Christmas and books that I spent my Christmas money on. But not only that, I'm going to be showing you my very first on-camera book outlet unboxing, and I'm so excited to share this with you because this is one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, and now I finally get to take part in it myself. I have a lot of books to show you today, so let's just get started. The first book I'm going to be showing you today is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I'm pretty sure I showed this in my video prior to this one where I talked about my 2016 TBR, but this is supposed to be a YA book about a young girl whose touch is lethal, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with how the government's going to use her to their advantage. I'm still not sure how this is going to play out in the series, but I'm really looking forward to finding out. And the next book I'm going to be talking about, I'm so excited to read, and that's The Next Together by Lauren James. This is a YA contemporary about a young couple, and it has an aspect of reincarnation in it, which I think is really interesting because I've never read anything about that before. And it's supposed to be about this couple having their love span over lifetime after lifetime and them trying to find each other again so they can still be together in every lifetime. And I think that just sounds beautiful, and I have a feeling this book's going to make me cry, which isn't a bad thing. If a book can make you cry, that's really, really good. And up next, we have Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blinkman. This is a YA historical fiction novel set in World War II in Germany, I think? Yeah, in Germany. And it's from the perspective of Hitler's niece, which I find very, very interesting because you don't really see anything like that. And I actually already read this book. I read it the day that I got it, and I flew through it within a few hours because it was really, really good. There is a sequel, and I'm not sure if I'm going to read that yet or not, but I definitely would recommend picking up this first one. And next is another book that I've already talked about again in my previous video, and that was The Kingdom of Little Wounds by Suzanne Cockle. This is the one I talked about how pretty I thought it was because, I mean, it is gorgeous. But I also still don't know what this book is about, and I'm still kind of happy going into it that way because I never looked it up. So I'm going to go into it with not knowing. So hopefully it's good. And the next set of books I'm going to be showing you are books that I bought this year with like Christmas money and just money that I've been saving up. So the first one of these books is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. Words cannot even describe how excited I am about this book. I found it at Target, and I had a Target gift card, and I picked it up automatically and would not put it down. I had to get it. And I'm so excited to read this. I read Alexandra Bracken's first two books in her Darkest Minds trilogy. I still need to pick up the third, but I definitely had to pick this up as soon as it came out. This is about time travel, and that's kind of all I really know about it, but there's been so much hype here on BookTube about this book that I would be crazy if I didn't pick it up. And up next, I have Tatiana and Alexander by Paulina Simons, and this book is the sequel to The Bronze Horseman, and that book killed me in so many different ways. It was so good, and it is now one of my favorite books of all time, and I had to pick up the sequel. I'm not going to tell you too much about this book because I don't want to spoil anything because of the first one, but you should definitely pick it up. It's a historical fiction kind of romance book, and it was so good. I cannot recommend it enough. It still has to be pretty amazing, so I'm really excited about this. For those of you that don't know, this book is one of three kind of like For those of you that don't know, this book is one of three companion novels. One is Anna and the French Kiss, the next one is Lola and the Boy Next Door, and there's this one. And they're all different, just very like cheesy, contemporary kind of romance stories. And the first one takes place in Paris, the second one in San Francisco, and then this one is in New York and in Paris. So I'm really excited to finish out this trilogy, I guess I should say. And lastly, I am so excited to finally have this book, and it's Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I cannot even explain to you how excited I am for this book. I was trying to get an ARC whenever they released the ARCs, but I wasn't ever able to get one. So once this finally hit shelves, I had to pick it up. This is kind of a sci-fi-ish book, but it's way different than a typical novel because the entire thing is written in sort of documents and photos, and emails and stuff like that, and I just think that's really, really cool. I also think, again, beautiful cover. This is the coolest thing ever. Like, look what happens when you take off the dust jacket. Like, that is just... That's really loud, actually, but this is so cool, and I'm really, really excited to read this. Everyone says it's really, really good. The moment you have all been waiting for. The book outlet unboxing. Okay, before I start unboxing this, can we just talk about the fact that this came with like a giant hole in it, and I don't know why it's like that, but I'm going to be very, very upset if any of my books are damaged. Alright, so let's start unboxing this. So I did already cut the tape, but I did not open anything else because I want to save myself the embarrassment of trying to open this on camera. Let's see if we can... Invoice. That's what that's called. Paper! Okay, so I'm just going to jump in with what I'm seeing first. And the first book I'm seeing is The Luck's Beginnings from Jennifer L. Armentrout. The reason I picked this up was because I've been told it's kind of like an alien version of Twilight, which just sounded really, really, like, different to me, but I guess not really different if it's kind of based off of Twilight. But I definitely love Twilight, so I'm hoping I like this book just as much. And next I'm seeing You by Carolyn Kepnes. This book is supposed to be really, really creepy. I know it's supposed to be about a stalking situation, but I think it's from the perspective of the stalker versus the girl being stalked. But I just think that sounds really scary, being able to like see inside the minds of someone that's kind of scary like that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to read. I should not read this at night. I'll probably freak myself out and I won't be able to sleep, but I'm still really excited to read it regardless. And the next book I'm seeing is Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. I'm really not entirely sure what this book is about, but everyone keeps saying how good it is. I've seen it on a lot of channels recently here on BookTube, and so I decided to give it a shot. And next I have Ask the Passengers by A.S. King, which I've never ever read a book by A.S. King before, and so when I saw this on Book Outlet for really cheap, I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I always hear about A.S. King from Ariel Bissett, from all of her videos. She always raves about how great she is, so I decided I definitely wanted to read one of her books, and I figured this would be a good place to start. And now the book I'm seeing I'm so excited for, and that's Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I have already read Second Chance Summer and Since You've Been Gone, and I loved them, and everyone was saying that I had to read this book, and so once I saw it on Book Outlet, I knew I had to grab it because I love Morgan Matson and her writing. It's so, so good. So hopefully I get around to this soon. And up next we have The Sacred Lies of Minnow Bly by Stephanie Oakes. From what I've heard, this book is supposed to be about a young girl that was in a cult, and before she escaped, or she did escape, she had her hands cut off, and it's supposed to be her story. I haven't really heard either good or bad reviews about this, but I have been hearing about it a lot, so I decided to find out for myself if I was going to like it or not. And lastly, I have Tales from the Arabian Nights by Sir Richard Francis Burton. I picked this book up because I'm pretty sure this is the one that The Wrath in the Dawn was based off of. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, hopefully someone will let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's what this is based off of. There's a whole bunch of stories in here. It's a pretty big book, and I guess you could consider it a classic. So it's another reason I really wanted to read it. And it was really, really cheap on Book Outlet, so I decided to grab it while I could. So hopefully I'll get around to some of the stories in here pretty soon. Okay, that is it for this unboxing. No books left, and I would do that whole thing where I hold up the stack, but I have like 20 books over there or something like that, and I don't want to drop them all and knock my camera over because no fun. So that's it. So thanks for watching my video, you guys. Hopefully I'll post something new pretty soon. So I guess that's it. Bye!